Alright, so last night we had the Game Awards, and all in all, in my own opinion, the show was pretty decent. I really don't have any complaints about it. It was a solid show. Never, it didn't feel like it ran too long for me. Granted, with the pre show, it was about 3.5 hours, but it looks like they took a lot of the issues from previous years and worked on them and kind of refined it to a complete show. Um, Obviously, with previous years, they did a lot of musical numbers and a lot of previews, and it started to feel a little bit long winded. But for the most part, I thought the show was pretty good. If there was anything that I would say probably made things a little bit weird was when we had a few introductions. One from Michael Mann, and the other one from Al Pacino. Obviously, two people who probably are not too well in depth in the world of gaming, even to the fact where it looked like Al Pacino just didn't look like he fit there. He wasn't in any game coming up. As far as I know, he's not in any movie coming up. So, with him being there at the beginning, granted, it gave a little bit of legitimacy, but it just felt odd, especially as he stumbled around on stage on there. And I would probably say that would be the biggest negative I took away from the entire event. So I just want to give my thoughts on my favorite parts. I'm not going to go through the whole event, obviously, because that would just take way too long. But the things that I took away that I kind of enjoyed. And at the end, I'll even go over the games that I found appealed to me the most. Looking forward to those coming out, I believe, in 2023. Will I play them? Who knows? My backlog is incredibly full, but it's all good. It's a lot of fun here, and you could also tell me, if you guys agree or disagree. Maybe there was another game that caught your guys' attention. You'll let me know in the comments below. So here we go. Probably the first thing that I really enjoyed was Christopher Judge winning for best actor or best voice actor or what have you for God of War Ragnarok. I've been a fan of Chris Judge for quite some time now, and I think it's well deserved. At the same time, probably everybody else that were nominated was well deserving as well. And one thing I'm appreciating is that voice acting is becoming more and more regarded as acting, so that was a good thing there. His speech did run kind of long there, but he was probably really excited, and I get the feeling Christopher Judge kind of likes the limelight whenever he can, so he probably milked it up as much as possible. I also obviously like the fact that God of War won a lot of awards. I think they won about 6 in total for best music, art direction, what have you. I'm a huge fan of God of War ever since the PS2 days. They're always a whole lot of fun, so it's always nice to see this series thrive. And I'm looking forward to possible installations in the future. I still need to play Ragnarok. I haven't gotten around to it yet. My son just finished it, and I plan on playing it pretty soon. But before then, I'm going to play the 2018 Ragnarok. Who knows? I might even go back to the old PS2 ones at first and just start all over. I enjoyed those games that much. Cool thing, Elden Ring won Game of the Year. I knew Elden Ring had a decent chance of winning, but I really thought that God of War was going to take it all, simply because it won so many of the other games. But it was nice to see that Elden Ring got its propers, simply because the game came out earlier this year, and a lot of people enjoyed it that entire time, and it still held on, still was in the forefront of a lot of people's minds throughout the year. And God of War just didn't sneak in over the past few weeks and just win everything. So I'll give credit to Elden Ring, and I know a lot of people that once Elden Ring was announced as the winner, they were incredibly happy. So it's all good. I really liked it. I'll even say I even enjoyed the musical performances. I think Hosier was one. I did not realize how tall that man was. And then we had another one from Halsey. I thought that was pretty cool. They were all short and sweet, nothing too long, nothing too over the top. A lot of people on Twitter recognize the guy playing the different versions of flutes out there, so I have to give him his just due out there. He was really cool. And even then, the the little cameo from Animal. I grew up with the Muppets way back in the 70s and 80s, giving away my age there. And that was kind of fun. It wasn't too over the top too long. Everything was kept short and sweet. And I'll have to admit, I thought that was pretty cool. I will say one thing. I did participate in the Steam Deck giveaway. That turned into be a huge mess. It seems that their app kept crashing multiple times, and even then, it would say the Steam users' names, and all of a sudden, I think it went to the Steam IDs, and nobody knew who was winning, and then it went back to the names, and it kept crashing over and over. That was probably the biggest damper. So I started watching the rest of the award show on YouTube and just had the app running when it would in silence. So anyway. Tell me if you guys even participated in the giveaway, and if you ran into the same issues, and just let me know. If you won, even better. More power to you. Congratulations. Okay, we have to address the final act, and I'll have to admit, I didn't even see it when it initially happened because everybody's heard about some kid going on stage when Elden Ring won, and looking at the looking at the replays, you see, the developers come from the left side of the stage, and this kid just walks on down and goes on stage and just stands there. And after the guys give their things, he goes up to the mic and he says something about Bill Clinton or what have you. And I know everybody's talked about this to death, but I'm thankful, nobody got hurt and it didn't turn into a huge to-do. But I also have to, it takes a set of brass ones to do something like that. And I can only imagine the look on Jeff Keighley's face when he was when that kid was standing there, and security wasn't exactly sure what to do until the camera was off the kid and they turned off the mic and they knew that to get him. And from my understanding, he's been arrested and who knows what. Chances are he's just going to get fined or whatever. I highly doubt he's going to spend any considerable amount of time in jail or incarcerated because he didn't really do anything. But thank goodness for that, because we all got a little bit of a laugh and a few raised eyebrows. But man, that was kind of interesting. And like I said, I wasn't even really paying attention until I heard somebody say, "I want to thank Bill Clinton." And I finally turned around and went, "What? What was that? What was that all about?" And so, anyway, it was quite funny. All right. So on to the announcements that were made that caught my attention the most. I'm not going to go through every single game that was announced because, granted, we'd be here forever. But these are the ones that really got my attention. In fact, I did do a pre-order or two, and golly, 2023 is going to look kind of expensive, not only in regards to gaming, but the prices of these collector's editions going out. And I'll probably record another video in regards to that, because with all the games coming out in 2023 and your typical collector's edition hitting between $200 and $300, 2023 is going to look quite expensive, and not sure what to do about that. So anyway, to start off, probably the one that first got my attention was Hades 2. Now, I am a fan of Supergiant games. I remember playing Bastion many years ago. Never finished, as it is with the way I play. But I do remember enjoying it a lot. But I do own Hades, and I know a lot of people enjoyed that game. So chances are I'll play Hades, and I'll probably play Hades too. But that one looked pretty cool. When I saw the animation, I immediately thought of maybe it was a sequel to Hades, and I turned out to be right. So there you go. Another one that I found to be really strange, but it was on a strange of I'm intrigued, and that was Bayonetta Origins. Now, I dabbled in Bayonetta way back in the PS3 days, but this was strange. It was obviously with Bayonetta 3 coming out and its type of game being action oriented, and these games being just, it was bizarre. It definitely gave me a level of Okami feel. I didn't know what to think about that, but it did grab my attention. Another one, I guess it was like some Transformers game. That one was another shock because we had the cover of Bon Jovi's Dead or Alive. I started to sing along. I won't do that here. I won't embarrass myself. But at the very end, all of a sudden it said Transformers, and I went, okay, that's very strange. Another one, Death Stranding 2. Now, I was sitting with my son. He was live streaming the Game Awards, and we were doing the pre-show together. And one of the questions I asked him was, what do you think we're going to get an announcement from Hideo Kojima? Are we going to hear about his new game with Microsoft? Are we going to hear something with him working somewhere in tandem with Konami, which I felt was a huge long shot? Or the possibility of Death Stranding 2? And he kind of shut down all of those. So we were quite surprised when Death Stranding 2 was announced. So that's one strange game. So, and I can only imagine how strange he's going to get with the sequel. Okay. Diablo 4. This was announced quite a bit ago. I've played Diablo 3. I haven't played Diablo 2 Remake. But I did have a lot of fun with Diablo 3. I have a feeling Diablo 4 is going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm excited to see this game. There was a pre-order for it, but it was only digital only. It's like anywhere from, I think the collector's edition was like $100. They announced a physical one. I don't think I'm going to get it simply because it does not include the game. It's just a bunch of doodads with it. So I'll probably pass on that. But I will probably end up getting Diablo 4 eventually, as it, probably on sale or anything. But I am interested in playing that one sometime in the years coming up. Okay. One that really, really impressed me was the folks at CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk 2077. I guess they have a DLC coming out called Phantom Liberty. It's got Idris Elba in it, and he's a huge star, very fan-centric, gaming fan-centric, so that's perfectly fine. But the thing that really impressed me was how, with the whole mess of Cyberpunk 2077, was it last year or 2 years ago, where, it got released, it was a huge mess, nothing worked, full of bugs, but CD Projekt Red, stated, hey, it was our screw-up, and we're going to fix it. And pretty much they've spent the past 2 years fixing it and adding on to it and sticking to their guns. I would almost have to give it to the same level as No Man's Sky, where they didn't just write off and said, okay, well, our bad, screw it, buy our next product. They actually stuck to their guns and worked on fixing the problem. So I have to tip off my hat to them. That was pretty cool. All right, Crime Boss Rockay City. What the hell? what the hell was that? Oh my goodness! I think just about every cliched actor or face from the late '80s, early '90s is going to be in this movie. Anywhere from Michael Rooker, Kim Basinger, Danny Trejo, Chuck Norris, and Vanilla Ice. Oh my goodness! Oh, what was it? What's the other? Danny Glover. All these guys are pushing. Well, I think the youngest is Vanilla Ice, but everybody else is in their 70s. This is. What was I? Oh yeah, and Michael. He did the intro. I forgot his name. He didn't look too good. Michael Madsen. That's it. So, man, it's gonna be interesting. I'm hoping it's not a game that just falls upon just nostalgia and gives a weak game. I'm hoping it gives a solid game, and maybe it's something that we could look forward to other games of the like if it's really good in the future, and we see a bunch of other actors from yesteryear. That would be pretty cool. So I'm really interested in that. It made me laugh. All right, so I'm down to my last three. One really hit me in the fields because I was really excited for this game. It's been a while since we've received anything from the folks at Rocksteady, and that's Suicide Squad. Was it Kill the Justice League or something like that? It's supposed to come out, I think, May or June of 2023, but they took a moment to give a tribute to Kevin Conroy. And I know I haven't said anything about that because, and I'll take my time. I've been a fan of Kevin Conroy since I first started watching Batman, the animated series, way back in '92, 30 years ago. And he's my Batman. He'll always be my Batman. But that was really cool, and I really want to play Suicide Squad. One, because I think it's going to be a solid game, and two, it will probably be the last game we have with Kevin Conroy. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh boy! All right, next, and I've already done the pre-order for this, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I still haven't played Fallen Jedi. I have that right here on my PS5. I'll probably play it in the next couple of weeks. But that game is looking really, really good. It's nice to see that the folks at EA and Respawn have really turned the Star Wars genre around and put together a quality product. And this one just looks like they're building upon the first game. And it seems the nice folks at Limited Run Games has an incredibly awesome looking collector's edition that has the lightsaber hilt, and it has a huge case and steelbook and what have you. That one's kind of pricey. It's $300. The only issue and concern I have with that is Limited Run has been having issues lately with delivering their products in a timely manner. In fact, I've ordered from them before in the past, and there are a few orders that I'm still awaiting on that I've paid for quite a long time ago, and so it's unfortunate that they're running into some supply chain issues, and hopefully they can rectify it soon. But if you do order from them, understand the fact that you might not get the game when it's released in, I think, March or May of next year. You might have to wait. So you might want to, if you really want the game day one, you might want to order from, let's say, Best Buy or whatever. But it won't be the collector's edition. You're purely buying it for the sake that you really like the collector's edition. So we'll see how it goes. Myself, I probably won't play it day one, so I can wait. I just don't want to wait a year for it. So anyway, okay, last, Final Fantasy 16. That is another game that I am looking forward to pre-ordering the collector's edition. This game looks incredibly awesome. I really have to give my hats off to the folks at Square Enix. Looks like 2023 is going to be another stellar year for them, where you have Crisis Core coming out in the next week. We're going to have Final Fantasy 16 next summer. We're supposed to have Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth next winter, and a lot of other games in between. I'm really excited for this Final Fantasy 16. And the pre-orders are live now, except the collector's edition will not be available until this upcoming Monday the 12th. So if you're listening to this now, you have 3 days, but if you're listening to it afterwards, after the 12th, chances are it's going to be sold out. Right now, there's no predetermined price that I've seen so far, but a lot of things I've seen in the internet world has predicted somewhere around the $300 range. I'm hoping it's something like that, nothing too egregious, because if it's hitting the $400 or $500 range, I might have to pass, but I could probably deal with a $300 collector's edition. It looks really cool. It's got an awesome cloth mat, a pin set, and this awesome statue with a fight between Ifrit and Phoenix. And that's one I really, really am looking forward to. So come Monday, I'm going to be sitting at my desk, waiting patiently to and clicking feverishly to hopefully get a hold of that, because I am presuming that a lot of bots and a lot of people are going to be hitting the Square Enix site at that time. So anyway, that's all I have in regards to the Game Awards. Like I said, a solid show. If I had to give it a grade, I'll give it a solid B, like I did on the different polls that have come my way. And looks like 2023 is going to have some insane games. Strangely enough, we didn't see anything from the folks at Xbox. Maybe they're too busy dealing with the issues from Activision Blizzard and the FTC trying to block it. So who knows? We saw Phil Spencer sitting there, but that was pretty much all we saw from the folks at Xbox. I think there was a quick scissor reel of upcoming games, but nothing really standing out. And maybe an upcoming video I'll talk about how, this year when they said all these games are coming out in the next 12 months, how it's been startling. We haven't seen too many from that list. So is this, 2023 supposed to have, a ton of games from them? We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to what I had to say about the Game Awards. Nice show. Had a whole lot of fun. And I actually look forward to seeing it again next year. What did you guys think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know. Post in the comments below. What was your favorite event? Who did you like winning? Who did you want to win? And what games got you excited? Post in the comments below. And I'll talk to you guys next time.